What's up, Pats fans? You're watching Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Is Drake Maye going to be a New England Patriot? Well, Adam Schefter, one of the top insiders in the NFL, kind of alluded that the Patriots will have their choice at Drake Maye. Obviously, still got 3 weeks to go, but maybe, just maybe, they're going to have the opportunity to take the North Carolina quarterback. We're going to talk about that and what Schefter said and react to it, plus get to some other stories coming up here on the show. But listen, we're trying to get 400 likes on today's show. The most likes we have in a video this month, 354. We can top that here. Let's get to 400. Appreciate that. Also appreciate 10,000 subscribers here on the channel. All right, here's Adam Schefter on his podcast. He said, I think the signs continue to point to Jayden Daniels being the second overall pick at number 2. That, of course, is for Washington. Caleb Williams at 1 for Chicago, Jayden Daniels at 2, and then the New England Patriots would be on the clock at number 3 with the possibility of taking Drake Maye. It certainly feels like momentum is building here because I would say out of the last 10 big national mock drafts, probably about 9 of those have been Jayden Daniels going to Washington at 2, which means the Patriots would have the opportunity to draft Drake Maye, which is something we've been vocal on here on this show that we would prefer to see that come to fruition. Now, here's Mark Daniels saying, if Jayden Daniels goes number 2, I'd be extremely shocked if the Patriots don't draft Drake Maye. I don't know if I'd be shocked based on the trade buzz, but I'd be disappointed. I think it's a huge mistake for New England to pass on Drake Maye if he is sitting there at number 3. I know in recent videos I've alluded, okay, I see there's value to trading down. If it's Jayden Daniels, I would still probably take Daniels, but I could see that. I really can't with Drake Maye. I get this team has holes offensively, and it could be a bit of a struggle at times in his rookie year. Hey, if you don't want to throw him out into the fire, you got Jacoby Brissett for that. I just don't think there's going to be a scenario where this time next year you can get a prospect better than Drake Maye. I just don't see that out there. So if he is available, please, just take him. I really do think that is the best course of action if you are Eliot Wolf, Judon Mayo, and the New England Patriots, who desperately need a quarterback for the future. How happy would you be if Drake Maye was the pick for New England? Scale of 1 to 10. I'm right at a 10. Again, I think he's the second best quarterback in this draft, which means if you get him at 3 and as the third quarterback in this draft, that is a home run to me. I'm putting 10 down in the comments below. I just think it's a great fit. I really do. I think Drake Maye fits what you need playing in that division and playing in the Northeast. He's big, physical, tough. He's got a strong arm. He can throw through cold weather situations and windy conditions. Not that Daniels can't do some of that, and his running, of course, helps, but Drake Maye can run too. We've talked about that plenty. I feel like the average football fan doesn't realize how mobile Drake Maye is. He's probably more mobile than Caleb Williams, if we're being completely honest, and a better runner, which is saying a lot because Williams can run. Sure, he's not Jayden Daniels. He's not going to run for potentially 1,000 yards in a season, but you can call design runs for him. He is a willing scrambler, and he is just a more dynamic passer than Daniels. There's nothing that I have seen that tells me that Daniels is a better thrower of the football than Drake Maye. Does he throw a better deep ball with touch than Drake Maye? Perhaps, but he attacks the middle of the field way less. He doesn't do it with as much velocity, and Drake Maye just has more overall arm talent. That's just how I see it when I watch these two prospects. So I think it's a great fit. I think Drake Maye would fit what the Patriots are trying to do X's and O's wise with Alex Van Pelt calling the shots now as well. So I think it's a great pick. If it ends up being the pick, we'll see if it plays out that way. Again, 3 weeks to go, but sure sounds like the Commanders are leaning toward Jayden Daniels, although, again, a lot can change over 21 days. Subscribe to the channel if you want the latest Patriots news and draft rumors. We got you covered here on this show. Again, we crossed 10,000 subs yesterday. Appreciate the love and support. On to 11K. Let's keep this train rolling. Coming up, Kendrick Bourne. Does he want the Patriots to draft Drake Maye? We'll talk about that as he sounded off on the Patriots options recently as well. But first, listen, the Final Four is here. This is April. The action on the hardwood is heating up, whether it's NBA playoff action or if you want to go to the ice with NFL playoff action around the corner. These teams are positioning themselves for the postseason. And in the Final Four, men's and women's tournaments, we're already there. This is the best time of year for hoops and the best time for you to get going with daily fantasy. Prize Picks is the best daily fantasy sports app in North America. Download the app today at prizepicks.com/CLNS. The code CLNS gets you a deposit match up to $100. Zach Edey averaging more than 30 points in this tournament per game. I'll take the more on the 25.5. UConn's rolling as well. Love the mores on both of those. Alabama plays no defense. They're going to score plenty, litter up the stat sheet overall. 10 to win 50 on this one. You can win up to 100 times your entry with certain entries right now with Prize Picks. Download the app, get the deposit bonus, surf around, figure out what you like. You can start with, smaller plays if you want to. Then if you get more confident, take those big swings and really try to cash in a larger number. That's why the deposit match up to $100 with code CLNS is really helpful. It gives you some extra money to play with. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS today. Okay, Kendrick Bourne. Does he want Drake Maye? Certainly seems to be shifting in that direction. Let's hear what he had to say about this NFL draft class. He said, I've been a big Jayden Daniels fan, but watching Drake Maye, they giving him the Josh Allen comparison. He got that build. He's got something to him. And look, especially if it is Maye, I just don't see how you trade back if you're New England. I know there's been chatter. I know the Vikings are going to come calling. I get all that. And look, maybe if it's Daniels and they're not sold, okay, fine, but I still probably wouldn't do it. If it's Drake Maye, to me, there's just no argument to do it. Unless you just get some historic trade offer, and even then, I'm still going to be hesitant because I am that high on Drake Maye. And really, to be honest, I just want this to be done regardless of what happens here. We've been talking about Daniels versus Maye for what feels like years at this point. I know it's only been a few months, but it's been plenty long enough, and we still got 3 weeks to go. Let's just get a resolution. We know Caleb Williams is going to Chicago. Beyond that, we don't know what the hell is going to happen with Washington at 2, with New England at 3, and beyond. Our team's going to trade up. Is New England willing to trade? I would not. I would take Drake Maye. Kendrick Bourne wants to take him as well. And, the Josh Allen comp with the physicality, the arm strength, the toughness, all that stuff, I think that would play very well in the AFC East. Are you excited about the NFL draft? Type me if you are, as we're excited here at Patriots Today. We, of course, will continue to keep you guys in the loop with all things draft. Let's shift gears a little bit here. Is Matt Judon going to retire as a member of the New England Patriots? Certainly not right now, but could he get an extension and finish his days in Foxborough? Here's Matt Judon talking about his contract status. He said, I think with the contract stuff, if it happens, it happens. If we can get a new contract worked out to where I try and end my career in Boston, that would be great. He, of course, has 1 year left on his deal. He'll be an unrestricted free agent next offseason. I think assuming he plays well this year, now maybe they extend him before the season, but I would like to keep him for 2 or 3 more years beyond 2024. I still think he can play at a high level. Obviously, he missed most of last season with an injury, but he was still performing very well early on in the year. He, of course, last year was terrific for New England. And I think more than his on-the-field play, he's just fit the culture really well. He seems like a guy Gerard Mayo would want to keep around. He's a leader on that defense. For a young football team, vets like Judon are worth keeping around. So hopefully they can work something out. I still think he's playing at a high level. Maybe you play this season out, then make a decision next offseason. That's certainly a possibility. But if they feel good about where he's at physically and wanting to be here, and if they can come to a number that both sides agree on, then hey, get it done. I mean, let's keep Matt Judon around. 2-3 year extension for 20 a year, 18 a year for his age being a little bit older. He's certainly worthy of a $20 million player with his production, but that'll be the sticking point, as it always is, in terms of the dollars. So we'll see if that goes anywhere. I don't think it'll be anything before the draft, but maybe between the draft and training camps, discussions continue to be ongoing. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode. Appreciate everyone for tuning in to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. My name is Harrison Graham. We will be back soon with more Patriots content, so subscribe, and we'll see you then.